Welcome to A View from the Edge. I'm Glen McLeod, founder of Edge Mortgages. My aim is to provide you with hot tips on how to make the right financial decisions in this ever-changing market in New Zealand. Today, we're talking to Chris Gemmell, Director and Sales Team Leader from Ray White, Lochore's Birkenhead. I've asked Chris to come along to answer some questions to help you be more informed when buying or selling real estate. Chris has been a real estate agent for 22 years and has a background as a registered valuer. Today, we're going to cover 4 questions. 1, what is the state of the housing market? 2, how do you choose the right agent and company? 3, what are your top tips for getting the most out of selling your home? And 4, what would your advice be to a first home buyer trying to get on the property ladder? So welcome, Chris. It's good to have you here. So what's the state of the housing market, mate?
Kia ora, Glen. Good to be here. So the state of the housing market, an interesting question, Glen. Obviously, you and I have been through many property cycles, and this is nothing new. So 2022 has been a year really of what I would call a soft landing. It's a correction phase, if you like, over where the market was very overheated in 2021. Everyone knew that. And there was frantic buying going on, people locking into low interest rates, and of course the correction phase was going to happen. So we have had that soft landing across the country, and of course the North Shore in Auckland hasn't escaped that, unfortunately. However, it has probably not suffered nearly as bad as perhaps other areas in the country. Particularly the North Shore, I think, has been quite well insulated.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah.
So anyone that's starting to look at buying or selling their property, how do they choose the right agent?
Good question to ask, actually, and it's a very important question when you're about to embark on the marketing journey of a property. There's a lot at stake, and there's a huge difference between, of course, agents with experience and those that, without. So obviously in a marketplace where the market has tightened, certainly the choice of an agent with experience is vital. That they've actually been through a previous cycle, they've earned their stripes, I guess, but also that you feel a level of trust with them. You're comfortable having the agent in your home, you feel they've got the background and experience that'll get you through and get you top dollar.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with that. It's also good to be able to have that communication and clear and easy. I find.
Transparent and communication is really important. We call it cut through. Owners today, don't want the nonsense. They want straight up, honest feedback from buyers coming through, and ultimately a test of where the property sits in terms of its market value. Coming through winter time, we were all struggling really to see where the market was finding its feet, and those agents with experience and honest feedback were the ones that have done a great service to their clients.
Fantastic. Well, clearly after 22 years you've got that down pat.
Like to think so.
So what's your top tip for getting the most out of selling your house?
Oh, there's a number of factors that come into that, of course. Obviously, you've got to have buyers that will be seeking to purchase that type of home. So first, you've got to have fish in the pond that'll circle, and obviously creating competition with those fish is the way to get the top price through good marketing, but also good presentation. And presentation of homes is really important. We've come out of a very wet winter, and those owners that are preparing homes, they're cleaning their homes down with a chem wash, not afraid to home stage if they need to. Presentation is a really important factor. Marketing is a really important factor too, in terms of getting it out on the airwaves with the multi-websites that we have. Less so on print media today, but certainly on the key websites, and making sure that whatever goes on the internet is absolutely top quality. So presentation is important. I think also if owners can be realistic on their price point, that they know we're not in 2021 land anymore, that the market has corrected, and being realistic on those outcomes. And a good agent will be able to pinpoint where that market value is. So the combination of those factors is a winning formula.
Fantastic advice there, Chris. I like what you're saying. Now, what would be your first piece of advice to a first home buyer that's just about to get into the market?
First home buyers is really interesting. Beginning of the year, we were having less coming through our open homes. Interesting, in the spring market, we've actually had a good steady stream of first home buyers. They're actually motivated to buy their first property, which is great. Banks are starting to lend again, which of course you're right across, and of course getting those pre-approvals through, which is vital. But they're motivated to buy, and if they see the right property, my best advice is don't wait till you think you know when the bottom of the cycle is, because you'll probably get it wrong. Most of us do.
Yeah.
So getting in now, and particularly with interest rates potentially to rise further, both November and further on, get in now. If you see the right property and you're buying for the medium to longer term, get in now and secure the right property and lock into those interest rates. That's the best advice I can give.
Fantastic. Well, there you go. What amazing advice that we've had the privilege of hearing from Chris today. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to come out and see us.
You're welcome. Good to see you, Glen.
And appreciate all the help that you've given me over the years.
You're very welcome.
If you'd like to speak to Chris Gemmell, you can contact him on 0274 928 110 or chris.gemmell@raywhite.com. I hope you found this episode informative and helpful in your pursuit of buying or selling a home. At Edge Mortgages, our philosophy is we are here to help you for the duration of your mortgage, not just the transaction. We want you to refer your family and friends like many other clients have. So if you or anyone you know is looking for a qualified mortgage advisor, give us a call on 0800 Arrange or email inquiries@edgemortgages.co.nz. Until next time, this has been A View from the Edge.